What's up? It's your girl Khoolaid, West Coast original, baby. You know where you're at. Let's connect. Yeah, let's connect. Right now, baby. Right now.
Let's Connect would not be possible without the support of our sponsors like Massage Envy with 2 locations, West Covina and Diamond Bar. Of course, our friends from Prospectors Federal Credit Union with also 2 locations, West Covina and Diamond Bar. From our friends from Med Spa Deluxe LA with also 2 locations, West Covina and Rancho Cucamonga. And let's not forget our friends from Suburban Water Systems, here in the city of Covina.
We would also like to make mention Plaza West Covina and also Munoz and Munoz Attorneys at Law. So if you need a lawyer, criminal law, personal injury, accident, motorcycle accident, make sure you call Munoz and Munoz Attorneys at Law. All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Connect Now. Of course, Monica Farias right here. We are excited because we have a great guest with us tonight.
Long overdue.
Long overdue. She was with us twice at the Hispanic Heritage.
Yes.
And it's crazy because she's not Hispanic. But to me, we've knighted her in. Is that what it's called? Knighted her in to the Latino Hispanic community and brought her in. But let's welcome.
I didn't see a difference, so I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway,
you know what?
Okay,
fine.
Awesome.
Yeah, fine.
She was awesome. But yeah, I've been around her a couple times, and I don't know, nothing but love for you. You're like, I think I share that with her. Well, I'm talking to you right now.
Okay, introduce her.
I share that with her. Yeah. So, yeah.
What are you going to say?
I don't know.
So we got Khoolaid in the studio right here in Plaza West Covina. We have it. So you're going to tell your story real quick, but is it DJ Khoolaid or just Khoolaid now?
Just straight Khoolaid.
Khoolaid. Okay. I like it. My wife's like,
Thea Khoolaid if you're nasty.
So, Thea.
She opened up Hispanic Heritage Month with the Plaza West Covina.
Yes.
Right outside, and the vibes and everything that you brought on that stage was just something that I hadn't seen in a long time from anyone. So she was
very impressed.
Oh my God. I was like beside myself. I didn't want to move. I just wanted to watch you.
Yeah, she's like, I want to do how she is, how she so comfortable, because you went up on stage so very natural, comfortable,
natural, and you don't see that a lot. You
can tell you came from radio.
I appreciate you. Yeah, the years of radio. It's like riding a bike, and it's and I think because I do me. So, yeah, but I think, the years of radio have helped.
So, from your radio experience, I mean, you've been around for a long, long time. I mean, and you being a part of in radio and being a part of everything, you actually helped and been a part of the Latino scene and bringing a lot of people in the Latino scene. And I love the fact that you embraced our culture so much, and then to now, it's like you've never left. Everyone's still appreciative, grateful that what you've done. Can you share a little bit about your experience? Yeah.
That part. I mean, and you say that I embraced the culture, but the culture also embraced me. I was only doing what was right, being in radio. And I know I've told this story a few times, but, being told to target the Latinos, it's and then getting requests for Latinos, but hearing none of them I don't want to say none. There was a few, but, they really couldn't cut through the urban formats and the hip-hop formats. And here we're told, target the Latinos.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel right to me that they didn't have a voice. And so that was just kind of a natural thing for me. It's like, I'm a fair person.
But was it for you to, because I know back in the day, there was Eazy-E, a lot of the hardcore gangster stuff, and so was it you seen the opportunity to bring up the Chicano rap type style, or was it to make it commercialized type style?
No, initially it was to do what was right, and the fact that again, I was being told there was a picture on that my first boss at my first radio station had put on the board, and he said it was a picture of a young Latin girl, and he said, "You're talking to her every day. This is who you're talking to."
Wow.
It didn't feel right.
Wow, that's weird.
Right?
Yeah.
It felt ugly. And then I was getting calls for, Little Rob and Spanish Fly, and a lot of my first gig was out in the 805, so a lot of the local 805 talent,
Nice.
put it down in the streets. And it's like, why aren't we playing this stuff? And when I got to LA and I was having the same experience as this midday personality getting my dream gig, that was my dream when I was 13, was to not only be a DJ, but to be one on Power 106.
Wow.
And here, I almost didn't get the full-time gig because I wasn't Latina. And so it's kind of like a reverse thing. And actually, Big had went up to bat for me with that, and everybody loved me, and they knew how hard I worked. And they're like, hey, come on, man, she's LA, she's so hip-hop. But I didn't expect that part of the musical thing to be my calling or to be something for me, but I was getting those same calls. Growing up, I was very Wu-Tang, Common Sense, KRS-One. I was a little hip-hop head. That was my jams. And then, of course, when, here on the West Coast with the DJ Quick and just anything where people were screaming for a voice, I was always attracted to.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
So I think that's part of it. I think that I'm just a big lover of culture and a big lover of people having a platform and a voice. And really, there might be something that somebody's scared of because the content or what it's about. But I can see through it. I'm like, there's a reason these kids are using these sounds or rapping like this or getting addicted to this or using this. There's some type of cry here. I mean, it's like, that's the voice.
You know what I feel? I feel that I don't know if you're anything like how I see people. I feel like you just see people. I don't feel that I just don't feel that you see them or you see people by race. For some reason, I just feel like you just see people and you acknowledge the talent and you see what their gifts are. I think that's a huge gift that not a lot of people have, and that's why you're very successful.
And their
because
energy
you just
and
love
Yeah, you feed off their energy.
Yeah.
And maybe that's part of the reason that I'm so attracted to the Latino community, because I love authenticity. That's my jam. I overuse that word because...
So you're not drawn to the Latino community because there's just so many handsome men?
That came a little later.
Well, sorry.
That came a little later. That came a little later, Prince Charming. And see, and I came out here, when I came back out, as a 48-year-old divorced woman, I'm like, I'm going to be open-minded about this whole thing, and about the whole dating thing. And I'm going to see what's out there. But it's so funny because there's just something about the culture and Latino men that it's like, hey, boo. I don't know.
She's like, I don't know. I'm just attracted.
I don't know. Forget about it.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can totally see that. If they're anything like JR, I can see that.
Right?
Yeah.
No, because my guy always says two. Never mind.
No, go ahead, say it. You can't start something not finished. So just finish it.
I mean, she's like, I like, tall Latinos with tattoos and this and that. But her husband's like, he's a businessman, no tattoos, very nice, good looking guy. But it's just like, I laugh because she's like, I like tattoos. So we're trying to get him to get a tattoo. We're really trying to get him to get a tattoo.
You know what's funny about that? So it was cool. I went on I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Brown Bag podcast.
Yes, of course.
Brown Bag
Letty came here last year.
Okay, so I love Letty. I love what they do for the community. Talk about authenticity. Duno, Vic, her, Angie. I love that whole crew. And they were talking about what am I going to do now at 48? And what is they wanted to know my dream list.
Yeah.
And it was comedy because I was like, okay, I want him over 40, which the pickings get low. It's like most people are booed up in their 40s.
Yeah, they are.
It is what it is, so it's scary. And then
I know a few.
Then I'm like, okay, and then I'm like 6'2", tattoos.
There you go.
And they're like, what, you want a food? And I'm like, no, I want a motorcycle. Big, just.
Wow.
And so they Googled it, and it was like, AI was like, nope, average Latino male
6'2",
5'8".
Yeah, 5'8".
Good luck.
Yeah.
So
I'm like 5'10", 5'11", I think. I'm 5'11", but I can introduce you to some motorcycle guys. Don't worry about it. I got you covered on
There's
that.
something about the hips. I don't know. I'm
What
just a hip
the-
girl, yeah.
oh, you see what I get out of her?
We're watching the Dodger game, and she's over here looking at that BBL. I'm like, dude, come on, chill out.
Yeah. So you like a big beefy
Something,
dude.
yeah.
Okay, boo. Here we go. Let's go.
Sorry, David, but
we love you, David.
Yeah.
Just radio jokes.
Oh my God, I love it.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ralph. This is Mike. We're Munoz and Munoz Attorneys at Law, here to help you guys for all your legal needs. Mike, tell them what we do.
So we do personal injury, car accidents, semi-accidents, premise liability, slip and falls, even dog bites. We do it all. Call us if you have any injuries involved in an accident. We're here for you to help. Thank you.
Shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and cheeks and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
Affordable self-care from professional massage therapists and estheticians. It's what we do. Massage Envy, where better begins.
Hey everybody in the GWC community, this is Danielle with Prospectors Federal Credit Union. Just wanted to reach out to all of you, say hello, and let you guys know we still do have that amazing CD promotion right now. 8 months, 4% APY or annual percentage yield, and it is a liquid CD. That means you can actually keep depositing funds through the entire time of that 8 months, and you also get one withdrawal with no penalty. You want to reach out to me, you can reach me at 909-396-9688. I'm at extension 2240. Or go visit us on our website, www.prospectorsfcu.org. Hope to talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Well, so yeah, let's talk a little bit about that. Because you, as I noticed that you've been gone for a while.
Yes.
But you came back.
Yes,
So what
for a
brought you
very
back?
long while.
Yeah. What brought you back?
I had been, so I had my kids, made my movie, Philly Brown.
Yeah,
did some
I
cool
see
things.
that.
Yeah, so we'll talk. I jumped your question a little bit, but did some cool things. And then I got to that mode where it was like, okay, this is my mom era. And I had a son that learns differently, but now he's going to be an absolute entrepreneur rock star. But
Nice.
in the beginning, it was scary because, I had to maneuver the education system, and my father was sick, and so I was taking care of my father. I was doing all the things that I needed to do, and I was a stay-at-home mom, and I completely lost myself, completely forgot who I was in that. But it's okay, because that was what I was supposed to be doing at that time. But I think it's important for everybody to identify where we could do better or where we could have done better, and that's where I could have done a little better, was trying to keep a little self. And then my daughter graduated junior high, and I was like, there was this call. Okay, here I am, a single woman. She's graduated junior high. I have no excuses. What am I going to do here? And it was like this wake-up call where I was like, you know what? I'm going to bet on myself.
That's right.
And I'm
what you have to
going
do.
to create round number 2, legacy number 2 for myself and for my kids, so that they had never seen the Khoolaid that you guys grew up, which it was, and I felt like they were old enough that I could unleash a little. And so I'm out there unleashing, homie.
No, I love it. I've seen it. I mean, it's like if you didn't skip a beat.
I love that.
You're like, I don't even consider back. It's just like, you're like, everyone was like, hey, like, you're here.
That's you guys. I didn't expect that. And it was so funny because Concrete, I would hit him up for like 6-7 months, like talking about doing a podcast or getting mics or what do I get, what this, that. And he's like, well, you stop BSing and come back and we'll help you. We'll help you get this together. And so it was all kind of happened in the same week. And then the Happy Group had brought me a really dope promotional group, Romo Brothers, who I had worked with their father too originally, which is really just all of the connections that kind of come back in your life. And they were so excited, and they brought me on stage for a Little Rob show. They did Baby Bash, MC Magic, and they're doing these great shows with the city, free shows.
Right, at the Grand Central.
Yeah, which I freaking love how they're putting it on for the city. So they bring me out there, and it was nothing but love. And then when I saw the audience there, how large it was, and then Bash and Magic and everybody's reaction, and Rob to me coming back and being there, and how they embraced me, it was like, what am I doing? Like, I have so much more work to do. And so
I don't know you from before. I just when I met you, it's when I started knowing more about you. But I would never think you even took a pause of anything.
Yeah, like
you're
18
just like,
years.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's like you're just you're out there and you're doing your thing, and I watch your videos and I watch some of the interviews, previews and the stuff that you're doing, and I'm just like, wow, where does she get all that energy? Can you please give me some?
Yeah.
Because you're so energetic, but you're so authentic and you're so loving. I just can't stop praising you for that because that is not a normal person that you just meet. They're not like that. You're like that every time I see you. When I first met you over at the Chicano Hollywood,
Yeah, that was fun.
what was it
Elevate.
called? The Elevate event, and I just met you. It was like you knew me.
Yeah,
And
that's how you
really
made it
didn't.
very welcoming.
It was
I did.
yes.
I see you. I see everybody. I mean, if we can't see the people we meet, like, you said it. People just don't see each other.
They
Right,
don't.
And what I love about you, because I watched some of your interviews and stuff like Reverie and some of the past ones that you did.
So proud of her, by
Yeah.
the way. What
She
a
looked like a
story
baby.
Oh yeah.
She didn't know what to say. Now she knows what to, and that's what I was getting at.
Well,
like,
and she struggled through a lot, and she fought through a lot to change her life. And I'm so proud of the connected human and woman she has turned into.
Very strong woman.
Being away for so long and knowing some of these kids' struggles initially, and then coming back and seeing the woman she is, or seeing where some people are at now, or. I've gotten a lot of apologies from some of my favorite Chicano rappers for like, Khoolaid, I'm so sorry I put you through that and did that. And I appreciate it, but it's like not needed because the apology is in the growth and
Yeah.
where they're at as men. And
But that's where I was getting to is your growth. I can see it because as I was watching those interviews and seeing you on the stage at Hispanic Heritage, and now seeing you on some of the interviews that you've been on and how you're doing interviews too as well, I seen the growth within you, a more maturity. It's a more confident. Like you're very confident now. Like I feel
Came
you're
back with a boom.
Yeah, and I'm being serious. It's different. Maybe I'm not seeing it the right words or something, but I could see the growth in you. It's different. It's completely different, and there's just a growth from when I seen the interviews from when you were interviewing those people to now being on the shows and with everybody else. It's like there's a different you. It's just a different you.
You know what I think that is too, and I think part of coming back and really coming in and feeling the need to come in is that the first time around, I came from, you couldn't have asked for better parents than I had. My dad was military. I was not industry at all. My poor parents, they were so supportive.
We wanted a doctor.
They had this they were my biggest fans, this little hip hop thug, from the valley, Jewish girl from the valley. It's like, where did this come from? And they were so supportive of everything. So my early upbringing was super magical, like perfect. And I think that, I ran across a lot of people in my career, and I did a lot for music and for the movement and for that stuff. But I think that I wasn't as connected to people and real life until I had my broken open moments, until I saw, there would be people who'd come up to me with their stories or whatever, and you're like, oh, I'm sorry you're going through that. But then you're like, oh my God, thank God I can get away. I mean, that's crazy. And you must be crazy.
Yeah.
But it's really just what they're going through and that personal experience at that moment of their life. I am so excited to be able to see people and potentially help people for where they're at now. And that's why my best friend and I, she's a widow and same age as me. That's who I do my podcast with. She's a trauma therapist.
Is she the one in the video where you guys are going around, you're going to an event?
Probably the blonde.
Yes.
Yeah, my ghetto Barbie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen that.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
So I felt like bringing her into our world and the importance of mental health and acknowledging the mental health support without being too pushy, but just acknowledging and teaching each other that this is real, starting that dialogue within the community.
Okay.
That's why that was kind of important to me, to bring her in the ride for me. And
And she has no clue, no.
it's so fun.
So she's just like, Monica, like, what are you guys saying right now?
When she sits, but she was. I mean, don't get it twisted. She was hella hood. She listened to R&B. She listened to hip hop.
Hella hood.
Yeah, she grew up where she didn't grow up having it.
All right.
So, but like our community, and I'm going to say our community because it's my community. This is my community.
Oh no, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
For her to sit down and like not understand or have never seen a little Rob or not, and for her to be able to connect and have those real relationships with them and see them as humans and just see them as people and interview them as people. It's so fun. It's such a different layer, like her and Magic.
It's a little like
and-
me because for me it's also I learned a lot from just sitting, watching him, with his show when he had his podcast, and I was just at awe. But I fell in love with the stories, behind every individual that he interviewed. One being, Reverie. I heard her story, and then seeing her now and everything that she's doing, she's come a long way.
Oh my gosh.
And a lot of other people that he interviewed, which was like it was pretty amazing you just watch them on Instagram or you see someone and you're like, but then when you really find out what their background and what made them and where they're at now, it's an amazing thing, right? Because I just think all of our down moments can make us or break us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I don't want it to be all of our down moments. I don't want the break us part to be there. I want to normalize that you might be in that space that's super, super dark, but you will get through it. I can remember for years, everybody said, you're gonna get through it. You got to push through. You're gonna be okay. I promise. You're gonna look at this and laugh. And I'm like, there's no way. I'm not gonna get through this moment in my life, this dark space. I can't get. There's no way out of this. And there is a way.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
with
right.
community and with honesty and with people hearing other people's stories, you can.
Of course.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why we brought you on this show too is because we wanted to talk a bit about because we are like a business
Yes.
slash want to have a good time podcast.
About my business.
Yeah, we're gonna talk business.
Okay, let's talk some
So,
business. Let's
because,
talk about the bags, boo.
No, because people want to know, because you're like you said, I was gone for 18 years, and we want to teach people because a lot of people walk through these doors. I want to be an entrepreneur. How do we
Yeah.
get started? Where can I go? And they ask us a lot of questions, and that's what we're about, the GWC, so we can help the local businesses thrive, especially in the Hispanic community.
I love it.
With yourself, you are a brand. Khoolaid is a brand.
Thank you.
And by going out now, you have to are you at a point of rebranding yourself, or are you now branding yourself, or how are you
That's
doing
actually
it?
a great subject for you and a great topic for us to talk about,
Yeah.
especially with your business backgrounds and to get your opinions on and to get you guys your feel on, because I'm still out there trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up.
Oh.
And but the one thing I committed to myself was, you know what? For the first time in my life, I'm going to focus on Khoolaid.
Okay,
I'm
see?
going to focus
Yes.
on me, on the brand
The
of
brand.
me,
Right.
and not having to hide behind anything else, just on me. And coming back to the world, I've had some really cool people tug on me and give me opportunities. So it's like, prime example, my boy Danny Trejo, who I love and adore because he's done so much for our community
Yes.
and continues to give of himself, of his likeness, of everything to help the community grow. And now, to me, it's important that the community gets together and we make sure that his legacy as an icon and his face lives way past him. So when he tapped me in to help him with some of that stuff and be there and be part of that journey, it's like, okay, I get off that Khoolaid track. Then I've got like Young Ocho, who's a new record label out in the streets who's absolutely killing it. Like, hey, come help us over here. And then, I've got all these creatives that I really believe in, from the YBEs to the Yellow Hills. And it's
Nice,
like,
yeah.
I want to focus on Khoolaid, but then there's just all this great energy and love. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's part of Khoolaid. I'm still figuring it out. Maybe that is me, the fact that I like to platform and produce and
That's what I was going to go to
help
right now.
people
Yeah,
grow.
you're doing your podcast. I believe you're at a position as I've been watching you. You have your podcasts. You're creating a platform so that you're able to, when they do come to you, you're able to say, yes, I got it. And that's what we do. We have this
Right.
platform for businesses. They come to us, hey, well, what makes you guys different? How can you help us? Well, we got platforms. We've created a platform to help you, and I see you doing the same thing for all the people you name right now, Yellow and YBE and all them. The best thing you could do is create a platform for them, and if you can't help them personally, at least you're able to direct them in a way of saying, hey, I personally can't do this for you, but if you go this way, or
But
you
my
know,
brain
Monica.
doesn't work that way.
I know,
If I've got one that I ride for like that, like creating, like
Oh, so you want to get in there and create it?
legacy, like putting people together to create legacy. Like, you know, like I'll look like an Angie V at an Angie V, and the way she kills it with her "You're Not Down" community. I mean, that to me was
that's
a huge
huge.
shocker.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
woman during COVID who came out, who built like. So to me, when I make a friend like that, or I see someone like that, like I see the big picture for them, where it's like, no, this has to be your platform, and I get my brain works ultra Willy Wonka. So it's like,
that.
you know, how do you continue to brand the Khoolaid? You know, it's like, come down, puppy, come down.
So so while you're doing that, while you're trying, you know, you're working on yourself and your brand, are people like pulling you away from that? Do you feel like they're pulling you away
That's
from
what
that?
I'm saying. Maybe it's not. I'm talking this through with you guys. Maybe that's not pulling me away from it. Maybe that's part of
Pulling
Khoolaid.
you in. Yeah,
maybe
pulling you in.
part of who I am is
Okay.
you know, a creator of opportunity. A Willy, like
Yeah.
put people together that belong together. You
No,
know?
and that's what it's about. It's about networking, and you have a great heart. So, yeah, maybe, yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, when I was explaining to you, it's not that we don't want to be a part of what people are doing, the businesses that come in. It's just that we are here to help them. You know, that's why I feel like I love what we do. You know, especially she knows I love helping people. That's it. I genuinely love helping people. To where even a gentleman walked in the other day, and he even said, he goes, I walked in and I seen you. Because you know what sold me? I wanted to partner with you guys. Is I walked in and I seen you, but in my head I was like, let's see what kind of guy this guy is. He looks like the kind of guy who's just going to brush me off. But when I walked in, you were like, hey, what's up? You want water? Sit down right here. Hey, this is what we do. Yeah. I go, well, because I'm a people person. I love helping people.
And he does so well, but I wasn't here. And the funny thing about it is every time I come back from, you know, a trip or something, like he's so excited to share who he met and what he did and everything. But I'm always like the person who closes the deal. Yeah. It's so funny.
I'm an opener.
Yeah.
And I know that. And I'm okay with that.
That's
I'm a
beautiful.
great opener.
That's a big part of it. Everybody knowing their lanes. And it's like with all these awesome, amazing, you know, we just did this conference that was so cool, Demiz and I.
I've seen that, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I wanted to
our
go.
friend Michelle, and it was just amazing to see just the power of bringing people together in a room. That
You brought
belong
heavy
together.
hitters.
Yeah, there was some
Dude,
good
those
hitters.
heavy. She got Big Boy, Bobby D right there. Everybody was there. I was like,
and just to
Vic,
see,
everybody.
to see like a Bobby D inspire or do his thing with, like I had brought up Ocho, but then also to have a human like Bobby who realizes and really identifies the younger generation to identify the power in like an Ocho, and just really everybody doing what they do, closing, connecting people, giving people hope and light. Everybody doing what they do as people, but together is what creates the magic. And that's
Exactly
what that whole movement was about, synergy. It's like sometimes we just don't know what the answer. I think, you know what, I would say that 90% of the time we think we know what the answer is. We come up with a plan, or we want a plan or an answer, but it's really about showing up, because I mean, God got that plan.
Yeah, God got the plan. Yeah.
And it's about just showing up and being good to people, and so many crazy opportunities that you didn't know just pop in your lap.
Wow. So is the podcast, is it now like the new Khoolaid radio type venture that you're doing?
The podcast,
Because you had some heavy hitters on it now too.
I mean, my first three were pretty good.
Yeah.
Little Round, MC Magic,
yeah,
Danny
I'm not going to say
pretty
names,
good.
but, you know.
No subscribers on my YouTube channel, but pretty good. I mean, the fact
Oh,
that
dang,
my
she started with some heavy hitters right away.
Yeah, well, and then it's funny too, because then we want to make the space too for Sarah and I to really be able to talk about the experiences to help people. I'm just lucky to have a lot of creative, successful, beautiful. I mean, I still to this day pinch myself sometimes when, you know, I'll see them and they react the way they do, or but we've got history, we've got legacy together. You know, a lot of them those ones, you know, I get it because we came from the bottom up together. But what trips me out now is the love I'm getting from the new ones that just, you know, I didn't have a part in their career necessarily, except maybe be a voice for some of the older ones. Or, I mean, it's like your mom knows who I am, fool. Like, so that's the part I'm embracing. That it's
I
like
love it.
they're so open to sharing their communities, because I'm all about that. Like, I was a huge Anthony Bourdain fan, and that's really what I would like to do, but with music and culture, and
That's awesome.
That's the direction I'm headed.
I like it.
I like that.
I know she.
Cool.
For me, I'm like, what makes or what pisses off Khoolaid? Because you're too happy.
I know she.
You have this happy. I don't want to see your bad side for some reason. I feel like you would kill me. I'm not even like, because you're so happy. Where I feel like you'll be like, don't piss me off.
But then there's those people who actually you never really give in to that.
You know, the kids, like the kids know sometimes. You know, they know how to push them every now and then. But you know what? When you've pushed me, I'm just shut down. I just don't want to, because I'm so to a fault. Like when somebody does me wrong or when something happens, I to a fault will try and see it from somebody else's shoes or make excuses for somebody's behavior or treatment or breaking of my boundaries. Like I need to get a little better and tougher about that. But that's part of just who I am. But no, I don't like.
You just don't. Yeah.
If anything, the part of me, the side of me that some people don't know that happens, and if you're close to me, and then when you're put in that situation for the first time, it's like, are you okay? Are you okay? What's wrong? What's wrong? Because there's sometimes where I'm operating and vibrating so high that I'll be tired, and I just want to be quiet and I want to be still.
That's how I am. People will ask me when I'm quiet, is something wrong?
Yeah.
Nah, dude, I'm just tired, man.
Yeah, I'm just you're
I'm done.
vibing on this level all day, and it's like, so to my close friends or somebody just coming into my circle, for them to get used to that part, I think that's the other side that they would see.
That's good. Because somebody has told me this, and I feel you're the same way, is, because people have, like, not talked to me anymore. So when they don't talk to me anymore, they tell that person, what did you do? Because we know JR is a nice guy.
Yeah.
So what did you do to mess this up? You know, type thing.
It's a tough one to mess.
Yeah.
I'm a tough one to mess up.
Yeah, because I'm a forgiving. I love running around people. I want to laugh. I have a good time. So if we're not talking.
Yeah.
It's like, what did you do? Not what JR did. And I feel like you're the same way.
Yeah, I led a movement that got me shot by pepper bullets, and I still love the individual who got me shot by pepper bullets. So it's like I got a high tolerance. Bullshit. High tolerance.
Wow.
So the name Khoolaid, how did that come about? Why Khoolaid?
Well, the name Khoolaid actually came from one of my first internships that I had working at Deaf America for a guy named Rick Rubin, who started Def Jam with anybody in music knows. I was very lucky to get to
Def Jam,
watch him walk through the hallways of his other venture that he had done. He had like Johnny Cash, Chili Peppers, DJ Cool. So I got to work radio, Chino XL. I got to work his first record when I was like 14, 15-ish.
Wow.
Around that age. And they thought that I was so funny because my energy, I didn't have the red hair yet. And it just came in so loud, and the energy. They were like, Khoolaid, come here, Khoolaid.
Like, what's in that Kool-Aid you drink it right there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Just a smile and the energy.
Something's in that
and I was
Kool-Aid
just
she's
so
been
loud,
drinking.
breaking through the walls. It's like that's where it came from.
Wow, I love it.
And then the red hair came later and kind of just stuck with the look. And I tried to dye my hair once. I dyed it purple. I tried to change. I was like, I want to change it up. I dyed it purple, and the next day Prince passed away. So I now refuse to change my hair color.
Because you feel like
That was
I don't want to jinx
traumatizing.
anything.
That was traumatizing.
Wow.
That was traumatizing. I refuse to change the hair color now.
So I don't know if I'm colorblind or not. I've been told that I am, but is it a hot pink?
It
right
depends.
now?
It depends because I learned how to.
Depends
dye.
on how the light hits it?
How the light hits it, or like how many washes am I
like a
due?
hot pink,
Am I
right?
due for? Right now, I'm due for a little bit of a hair dye, so it might be a little more on the hot.
Thanks,
pink
Monica, for
side.
just pointing that
I
out,
know,
everybody.
You can see my gray roots.
I never even mentioned any of that.
48 and proud. Ain't nobody lying over here, homie. Check yourself.
See,
before
she
you
says her
wreck
age. What's your age?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not about me today. This is not about me today.
I am 48. I am more woman than you can handle.
Woo! I love it.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it. I'll just feed off your energy right now.
But you won't get out your age. I see how you
She's
do
on
it.
48 with you, girl. I'm 48 with
right
you.
here with
Yeah, it's just a number. It's just a number.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm not allowed to ask that, so that's why.
Oh, so you were trying to get it in.
Yeah.
You know
was
why? Because he's I don't know what it is about him, but there's something about age with him. I don't know
What?
what that has to do with anything.
He
but
ain't
it's
young. How old are you?
I'm 47.
Okay.
You're 1 year older than me. You know what I mean?
77. Full 77. I see you 76 for me.
Yeah, I'm 77.
Yeah.
Shoot, I'm a Pisces. What are you?
What year were you born?
Yeah, that was good.
I stopped her.
Yes, that was good.
I respect her boundaries.
Let me
I
just
respect
do
your
the math
boundaries.
for you.
Yeah.
Let me just do the math. So today I'm going to go get my new Dodgers jersey.
Oh,
And my
cool.
number's going to be 83. So you put it together.
You were born
I'm
in
adding.
'83.
Stop it. I didn't say I was.
Well,
I
you
just
made
said
it sound.
I'm-
That's what I thought. I'm
Oh,
like, she's
okay.
born
I'm
in
adding
83.
I'm adding
What?
the
Five when Dodgers won the World
the
Series?
month, the date, and the year, and it's 83.
What jersey are you getting?
Huh?
What jersey are you getting?
Just plain. I'm just gonna get Farias on the back.
She's gonna get her last name and stuff.
You show them. Why are you going to the game?
I don't know yet.
Oh,
Well, you ain't going to no game.
You don't know that. I
yeah.
don't know that.
Well, they're in New York right now.
It's okay.
Yeah, if they win these next,
If they
two.
come back,
No,
to
that's
LA.
not, they are going to win.
Yeah, yeah.
They are going to win.
Yes, I never been
We'll
so
see.
It's like I'm super excited about this year. I don't know what it is.
Oh,
But
I was a huge Dodger fan growing up, so yeah, I'm loving.
You're not no more?
I'm here. No, I am.
You said
I'm
you
here
were.
for- well, I did
Use
pause
past
for a
tense.
minute. I did pause for a minute. And
So where'd you
I'm-
go?
Just wasn't watching, wasn't following.
Oh, okay.
Like yeah, but I was like 88, like Kirk Gibson.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah,
Mike
definitely.
Marshall, Mickey Hatcher. Like I was a big I was a really good softball player, FYI.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So anybody got any of those co-ed celebrity whatever teams that they want to have a?
Well, you gotta ask
Oh,
Angie.
my
Angie
God,
V
that-
plays all the time.
I know. I see them play. I gotta go play with the girls.
Yeah, she plays all the
Yeah, I
time.
gotta go. I see that, but they really ball out.
They-
dude.
oh, yeah. Oh, then, yeah.
They're real. I'll pull some.
no, West
It ain't no
Covina.
joke. Everything they do, they do.
Yeah, West Covina, the firefighters were trying to put together
Okay,
a
I'll be on a
celebrity
hey firefighter
softball team, and I think they couldn't do that, so they just did teams. And this guy
I
here,
hurt myself, yeah.
you know,
My shoulder, my
played
foot.
and he did a whole thing about JR taken out on a gurney by
They took me out on a gurney on purpose.
the
yes.
cadets and
Oh.
everything. Oh yeah,
They wanted to
with the beer in
train.
his hand.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, they gave me beer.
You were making a reel.
Well, no, because what happened is I hit hard on my foot.
Uh-huh.
I hurt I sprained my fat pad.
Oh, you really did. So
Yes.
So they weren't making a joke. You hurt yourself.
Yeah, so but I told them
It was a real call, even though they were there.
I just said, hey, guys, it's cool because it's a firefighter tournament, so they
Yeah.
all tended to me,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, cool, we're good, guys. I just just help me get to my car, blah blah. And all of a sudden, all these cadets with the stretcher, and I'm like, guys,
Wow.
no, and they pick me up, put me on there, strap me. I'm like, guys, they hand me a beer and start
Yeah.
rolling me. I'm like, oh my
That's
god,
the party you need to invite me to.
that's the party.
Firefighter softball game. Hello. Why you guys hating? Why you guys holding out on your homegirl?
She's a
Trying
firefighter
to only
guy.
hook me up with rappers.
Hey,
I see. Okay.
anytime you want to go, anytime you want to
Okay.
go.
Hey, you want a tour?
Yeah,
Take you on the tour.
Take me on a tour. Of
Oh
your
man,
big
Chief will love
truck.
her. Oh my god.
Oh, is the Chief single?
No, he's married, but he'll love you still.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He'll want to have coffee with you for sure.
All right, you guys are bad.
Wow. All right.
No, he's back.
I'm throwing everyone under the bus right now.
We are.
We get in trouble, but no, but, I'm so happy that you came on the show because. Yeah, we definitely want to stay connected with you. We definitely want to. I'm going to always follow you and stuff. I hope you. We could do something together. Maybe we should do an event, a
love
community
to.
event. Maybe we come up with a community event where a softball tournament.
Master of
I would-
ceremonies. Right
well, I
here.
really
Yeah.
want to help teach people, like along with you guys, everything that I did through my career, I learned and we learned to do independently. And so, everything from making independent films to independent record labels to independently syndicating radio shows
Right.
to whatever it's going to be moving forward. I don't know.
Nice.
But I'm a true supporter of not being afraid to start business. And I find that super cool when somebody will take the initiative and go for their dreams and shoot big.
Well, that's what we're all about. We want to take
Yeah.
initiative here. We have a big calendar for next year that we want to do. A lot of community events, though. That's what we like to do is community events because the businesses here want to be in the face of the community, and of course there's some businesses that want to do business to business, but that's what we want to do is create that community
and just really
type-
educate the community, and the younger generations too, because they all have dreams. I mean, we have 3 kids here who want to be. Look at Aiden. He has
Our student
been
intern.
mastering
Aiden,
this.
big homie. Big homie.
Yes, he's been, a young kid who graduated from high school this year. Was it this year? Yeah, just this year, and he's killing it right now.
I love
here,
the mentoring you guys
Mm-hmm.
do.
Yeah, and it's so important to us to mentor youth, because they all have dreams, and why not give them a little opportunity? And so that's what the Greater West Covina has been doing for numerous years. We've seen kids go off to college. We have one that's now working for NASA.
I love it.
And
Well,
it's
and that's
like-
what I was
it's
going to tell you
amazing.
too. I was going to say it's like we think we're out here mentoring, or we think we're out here doing for them, but when we're really listening to them being a part of what we're building, they're really the ones giving to us.
No kidding.
I'm
No
a
kidding.
huge advocate of listening to the young people all around us, because they're the ones with the real answers. They're the ones in the dirt
It's true.
right now.
Oh yeah,
It's true. I learned new words from my daughters and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, what
did you
why?
say?
What?
Don't believe him. You ain't got no riz, fool.
I was gonna say something else because it rhymes with Riz, but never mind. I was like, never mind. GWC show. Hey, let's get
That's
now.
why I kept it Riz. I kept it GWC Rizzy.
I still have a lot to learn, but I always like, hey, what does this mean?
She'll go home with her husband and say and do it to him, say whatever she's learned from me and the
Yeah.
team, and he'll be like, "Can you please stop teaching her? Because all night she'll just be telling me the word."
She probably Googles it and
Yeah.
tries to like really find.
Because
break it
I'll
down.
say simple words like this. I'll say, "Hey, all right, I'm gonna bounce," and she'll be like, "Why do you want to bounce? What's bounce? Why are you
Oh,
bouncing?"
that's cute. See, that's
and
old
she was being
school.
serious.
He's teaching you the old. He's an old school. Homie.
Yeah, so
He an old
I'm
school
gonna bounce,
homie.
or I say, "Yeah,
Don't
forget
trip, he an
that.
old school
This
homie.
is can it."
Yeah.
And she'll be like,
I love that one.
I love that one. See, she didn't know what it meant. She goes, "Can what?"
Where did you grow up?
San Gabriel, but I
You
went
grew
to
up in the SGV and you don't know me, girl.
But I went to private school. I went to
Girl,
She was
you weren't
very-
allowed to go
Like,
out.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, baby.
I know.
How'd she grow up in the SGV and not know these? Oh, my SGV is active.
Yes.
My parents did a good job keeping her down.
Yeah.
Go, girl.
My dad is still in radio, 81 years old. He's still in radio
you
in Mexico.
serious?
Yeah, so I grew up behind the mic, always like you, dreaming that one day I would be, doing what he's doing, following his footsteps. And now he's working with his colleagues' kids. And it's like he's still like the old timer there. Jared got a tour of the radio station we
Yeah.
went to
We're on
Ensenada.
vacation out there.
Ensenada.
That's dope.
And,
I want to go. We got to go take
Yeah,
a trip.
yeah. He was really. We were walking the
He's
streets. And they're
amazing.
like, hey, what's his dad's name again?
Jose Luis.
Jose. Wait, Jose. Every time he's like this, like yeah, because he's telling a story. Somebody's like, and he
Oh,
keeps
he's
telling
an
us.
OG.
Yeah. Oh yeah. People honk
He's
and we're
an
walking.
icon
Yeah.
over there, and it's still loving it, And he's like, as many times as they wanted to take me out, like the owners, they love him because he knows what he brings to the table
Yeah.
still. And to this day, he's so he
His
was always
legacy.
yeah. So because he speaks a certain way, we were not allowed to talk that way. He was always like, no, you're not going to talk that way. You have to say it like this. So we always had to watch what we say. So that's why things didn't stick.
That's
with me,
interesting.
because of him. But it has helped a lot.
Yeah.
Me growing
There's
up.
other
it
things
really
she's learned that we
Yeah.
can't see on this show
Yeah.
that she's taken back.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I used to do JR on the crew, and that was with me, Slick Vic,
Okay, I
my
like
buddy
him.
E-Man.
He's a good dude.
Momo, Monique, she's does something else. So it was all 4 of us, and it was a rated RX show.
Okay.
So it was very.
I love it. Now you're here.
Yeah, it was. But we did great. We did
Now
great.
you got your court button up on. I
Yeah,
see
what's
you,
up?
fool. I see
Join
you,
us.
fool.
No,
You got
say-
your one good button up on, fool. I see you.
Great, you know?
No, they have embraced him. Embraced him. He just. I don't know. I don't think you struggled in any way, any
No.
rejection. People love him. There's a lot of politicians that still call me and they're like, "Tell my JR that I said," and they just have fallen in love with him, his personality, because he's genuine.
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah.
He's
out.
genuine.
No, I love him. He's a great guy. From the minute I
Yeah.
met him, I'm
Yeah.
like, this dude's a cool
But
dude.
no, it's all about what we're doing. Like you said,
Yeah.
it's about being. Like, I feel that you've made such an impact on helping people that it proves today, and that's how you know if you made an impact. That's how you know if you made a difference. Is your past? You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think of the word. There's another word because I've been in church and stuff where people to this day will thank me of the things I've done years ago in church. I'm here right now because of you, blah blah blah, and the things you did and stuff. So it's the same way with you, where you've done so much for people. It's like it's just coming back tenfold right back to you.
The seeds I planted.
The seeds, yes, the
definitely are, and I didn't expect it. And sometimes we need to hear those words to be reminded of what we've done, and God sends them to us at the perfect time. And I feel like I'm out here in the middle of my soundtrack now, and that I truly do feel like it's all meant to be. And I'm super excited for myself, for my kids, and for everybody that I'm going to be able to play with on the entertainment playground, because I'm not playing right now. So I'm really excited.
So what do we have to look forward to in the next year, 2025, maybe 2 years from now, or, for next year? Are you able to share some of that?
Yeah, I mean, some ventures that I didn't think that I would be diving as deep into which tripped me out. Shouts out to Demiza for making me completely crazy and nuts, and I can't believe he's got me going down some of the roads I am. But, our entertainment industry and our content creation industry is extremely upside down. So really being a part of creating a community of unity and just like a more positive energy with people, and just teaching people how to reconnect again, and creating a fair economy for the music industry, and maybe fair new ways of distribution, and
I like that.
Potential union opportunities for artists where they've never had that in the music business.
That'd be interesting.
And I mean, we got a lot of people running around without medical insurance. And we've lost talent over not having the mental health support or the medical benefits they needed when they were sick. And I think the music industry is one of the only spots really missing that kind of community and opportunity.
I believe that too, because if you're a hit today and not tomorrow, that could really devastate somebody a lot, and their self-esteem.
Yeah.
Where they could go right into depression, and that happens a lot, right?
Yeah.
And then social media,
and then even just not being able to have, even aside from mental health, just general basic healthcare needs, and not having medical insurance, and not having any type of guidance. You don't have the same guidance that our opportunities or reach out, like the Actors Guild, or people like that,
Directors Guild, all those.
Right.
They built all those.
Right.
Wow.
Where is it at for the music artists themselves?
Well, I'm so glad that you're bringing that up, because that is so important. Like, people never really realize how, mental health, how it really affects people that have been misdiagnosed even, it's oh my God, I'm so glad that you're thinking that way, because if we're not okay in the inside, how long can we really last doing what we love, right?
Yeah.
So we really have to take care of ourselves.
And definitely also getting to the place where I have the platform to help and the resources to help parents who are navigating educational needs for their kids. That's a really tough area, because the education system is so set up for one individual way of learning. And sometimes our kids are made to believe they're less than, they're bad, they're this, they're that.
Because not learning as quick or something.
Well, or they just learn differently. They might even be learning quicker and harder, but they just learn differently than the education system is set up for.
Well, I don't like they put something on the child right away. Like they're ADD. They automatically want to like tag them with something. And I personally don't like that. I'm being honest. I mean, I feel like they're still growing. Let them grow, but right away society just wants to tag and put everyone in a category.
Now, let me challenge you a little bit. Let me push back on that a little bit.
Okay.
Because I think knowing what you're dealing with is important, because then you can have the resource to process. So, okay, if this kid has ADHD, they obviously are going to have some executive function issues, so their organizational skills are going to be a little bit different, and they're not going to be able to organize their notebook like the average kid in class. So they're going to be in the back like, this is overwhelming. I can't see this. If they have dyslexia, they're seeing it differently. I think that those are important, but I think that what's really important is us having systems to help, just like we have a menu that where your dietary, what you want to eat, that can be met. Why can't it be the same way for in school, so that all these kids can thrive, and all these kids can have an opportunity to feel great and find out who they're supposed to be. And
No, and I agree with
Yeah.
you. I'm just saying it because I'm a strong believer in declaring and professing over your children.
yeah,
So I will not,
which I respect too,
and I would not declare
identify.
those things upon my kids.
And
But I believe we need to train the teachers more than to, because they come in and they just want to teach one curriculum.
Yeah.
But like you said, it starts with the leader, the teacher, to say, okay, you might need, and being able to teach the teachers a little more to take that time that they might learn different.
like let's be
But it's not
straight
gonna
up, too.
happen.
But you
Give the
also-
teachers the
Yeah.
resources.
But you have
'cause they
to-
ain't even
Yeah.
got resources.
Yeah.
So like
No,
the
yeah.
teachers are like the last ones.
Yeah.
At this point, I would throw it on. It's like we everybody as a community, we all need to do better, and we need
Yeah.
to come up with better educational and more inspiring educational settings for our kids, especially with where tech is at now and where they're at now, and how like let's stop with the dinosaur stuff. It's like
Yeah.
where are we at now? Like
Exactly.
No, and I agree with you too.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
together, because I'm just a strong believer, just professing things
No,
over my
and,
kids.
and I
you're a
know,
strong
and I
believer,
agree
like,
with
let's
that.
adjust.
I've got
It works together.
a very dear friend who's, and actually I'll put it out there. Concrete's wife, Nikki, her mother is just very grounded. Was a huge light for me in my darkest times, in my just sending me certain messages. And that was one of the messages that she would always send me, was not to declare things on my kids or
See?
myself, and I'm a big believer in manifestation. So I get I absolutely extremely get where you're coming from with that. So it's like, okay, where's the balance in us identifying, but where's the balance in us not manifesting the negative or declaring the negative?
And I'm with you on that too.
Yeah, so
and I
it's
agree
like-
with you too, because
it's-
then let's find a resource then.
Yeah.
You know, not just say and tag them or
Yeah.
children. No, my kid is great. We're just gonna see what we can
What are
do.
they great at?
You know?
There we go. And see, that's what I love about the dialogue, community, synergy. Maybe that's an answer to it. Maybe that's part of an answer to it.
Yeah.
But is like, okay, let's figure out what they're great at, and let's
Exactly.
play off that versus
Exactly.
declaring.
That's what I'm trying to say right now. Yeah, let's find the resources.
But
then.
we also
Let's see
have to
how we-
educate.
So we working
also
together.
have
Got
to-
your good button up on today.
We also have to educate the parents, because when
Yes.
I was diagnosed with being dyslexic, my parents didn't
Thank you for sharing
understand.
that.
Yeah, my
Me
parents
too.
didn't understand what that was. So, and because they didn't speak the language, they were trying to figure out, well, what is that in Spanish? What is that? It wasn't until later, but I skipped all those years of, not learning the way I was supposed to be learning, and always feeling like I was like in the back or always in the front row, and I'm still not understanding what's going on, even though my parents knew, but they didn't know how to look for resources
Right,
for me.
right.
And
Just-
you're a boss. You're a boss
Yes.
now. So look
Yes.
at that.
And it's like,
Yeah, and that's and I think being part of our community that I'm a part of too, that the parents and the not knowing and not having learned this stuff or the access to this, to knowing and understanding, I think that's probably why I'm so passionate about it too.
Yeah, it's just really educating the parents. Yeah, now I sit on a board of directors for a really awesome school, and just really learning and seeing from a teacher's perspective.
school is that?
That's for San Jose Charter Academy.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's one of the best
I love
schools.
that. There's
Yeah.
some great schools out there
There
that
is.
really work hard to.
Yes, and
But
I'm
some
very
of them
proud.
are very unaffordable, and people don't realize how they can get the help to get into these schools or go to these schools. So that's the type of work I want, because there are some schools out there doing really special work.
Yeah, and my daughter, my oldest, she went to school because she wanted to help, not special needs, but like kids that have been diagnosed with ADHD and all that stuff. She wanted to be a teacher for those type of children.
I love that.
But she told me it's the way you speak to them. That's what it is, because if you come at them hard, like the teachers in regular schools, like you said, they just teach one way and that's what it is. She said they don't get it.
No.
You have to speak a certain way.
Yeah.
And she goes, and that's why she loved them. She would tell me that some kids will have tantrums, and how she would just deal with the situation rather than go in the corner, go there, sit there, and blah 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 blah.
Give the teachers some credit. I don't know if they're.
I'm not saying
way
like that,
now.
but I'm
No,
just saying she's saying
she's learning how
my daughter's saying she's not putting them down,
you
but she's saying
communicate
there's a different
differently.
way.
There's a different way to communicate.
And she
with-
encourages them. No,
Yes.
you did. But, okay, look at this.
and they've never had that, because
And they
it's
don't
always
have
they're
it.
told you're bad, you're the back
Yeah,
of the
don't
class.
do
you're
that.
Don't
You're
do
not-
this.
don't do that. I'm
Where
not saying-
she'll sit down, she'll be calm, she'll
Yeah.
redirect
And
them. She's got all these skills.
And she said she loved it. It was the way
I love that. she's
she was
doing
talking, and then after, and that's how I learned from it. So that's why I got that point where it's how you speak. It's what you put in, and
Yeah.
stuff. So,
Yeah.
but
This was
I got you,
deep,
girl.
guys.
I got you,
This
girl.
was deep. We went deep with it.
Too deep, put you to sleep.
No,
But-
but I'm just very proud of you as
you.
as a woman.
Yes.
I just feel that when we put it out there, and we really share who we really are from the heart, and I think you do that so well.
Yes.
You teaching me not to be afraid, like to put it out there and just let people know who you really are. Although in the field that industry that we are in, people use it against us.
Yeah.
Which is really,
Politics.
really
And in mine
sad.
We're in
too, it's like
politics.
people laugh or they'll be down for it, but then when people can use things against you, they will. And they'll pick and choose what they want to use. And in your industry, especially, like sometimes when I play with you guys, I get a little nervous because I'm like, okay, I don't want to let me not say anything. Or if somebody else says something, I'll be like, oh,
I have a good
I
rebuttal
feel
on
it
that.
for you guys because I feel and I understand that side of your story.
No, and
I-
it gets really ugly at times. I think it's been less now since JR has come on board.
Yeah.
I'm able to really just ignore it and just let it be what it is.
Well, sometimes keeping
you
it
know?
real is what'll get the business. Sometimes
Yep.
keeping it real is what'll open up that help you guys open up that event that really changes the community.
That's right.
Or that business that's really going to change. It's like that goes back to authenticity. Everything's not flowers and roses and
Right.
perfect. And
Yeah, you have rough times, down times, times
We-
where you can't pay.
we like to have fun. We all like to laugh.
Oh, heck yeah, yes.
And it's like it's sometimes we got to just loosen up and live, love, and laugh.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
I always tell you that. Let's just have fun.
Yeah.
But we'll do it respectfully. Because the
Yes.
business that we're in, I go,
Yes.
we'll have fun, but we just do it respectfully. That's it, And she's like, okay. And she'll always like, not like Jerry and the crew, though, right?
Yeah,
I'm like,
right?
no, not like Jerry and the crew. No, we could do it respectfully, but we have fun,
Yeah.
and laugh and joke and
Yes.
stuff. But
And the more you're out there, the more of people really just target you. But it has nothing. I've learned, that it has nothing to do with who I am, and that's not why they're hating on me. They're hating on me because it's something that they wanted to do, maybe, or maybe something that I have something that they don't have, or I don't
A lot
know.
of times it's not about you, it's about the other person. And,
Yeah.
I'm
What they're going
I'm
through.
learning that at 48 years old. I always internalize what I did wrong, but a lot of times it's not you, it's just whatever somebody's going through.
Well,
yeah, it's true.
do you feel like you have that too? Like people really? I mean,
Which part?
like the haters and.
I mean, we all do.
Yeah.
We all do. I mean, you
Someone
can
might not like
imagine
her
me
energy.
Me not being Latino, people have tried to use that
Mm-hmm.
for years on me. It's like, okay, you feel the way you want to, but I know how I feel inside.
Mm-hmm.
I know who I identify with. I know how I feel about my own community. I know how I feel about this community. I know how I feel about that community. So you do you. And again, that boils down to if that's your own bag. So. And
That
some
sucks.
people just aren't for you. Some people
Yeah.
aren't supposed to be for you. And
That's right.
that's the thing is finding your people, finding your energy.
And that's what you're
being
doing.
Okay, yeah.
You have a very good circle around you. And you
I
are who
do,
you
I
you
really
are who you
do.
hang with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I
you're
really
surrounding
do.
around. Yeah.
I mean, incredible.
Yeah. And
I want
see.
to hang with her more because
Yeah.
I feel like I can learn.
Fine,
so
go,
much
bye. I
more.
don't care.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Circle. Look at those dimples. You got a great circle. Come on.
I didn't say exclude you. I said
Fine.
come along.
Okay, we'll bring him,
Come
we'll
along.
bring him.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Coming along for the ride. But is there anything else you want to say before we go? Before we have to get going here.
No, I mean, thank you guys so much for having me.
Oh,
I
thank
love
you.
Pleasure
West
for
Covina.
us.
For whatever reason, my life keeps pulling me out this way.
It's SGV, baby.
This way. Yeah,
SGV all day, every
online
day.
now.
SGV,
I think
SGV.
I think I was from the SGV in my past life.
No, but we love having you on. I love your personality. I love everything that you're doing, and that's why we wanted to bring you on because we want people to know who you are, what
Thank
you're
you so
doing,
much.
and our whole goal here is to share to the SGV. That's where we make sure that our demographics, our area is all SGV. So we want people to know what you're doing, what you're all about. Make sure you guys follow Khoolaid.
Hello.
Get with her. And where can people follow you on your social media
You
platforms?
know what? Right now, the best is KHOOLAID on the ground.
Okay.
and subscribe to the Show Up Show YouTube channel. I'm having fun with that. But yeah, right now that I'm slowly getting in. Right now, the gram. I'm specializing on the gram.
What's your podcast?
It's called the Show Up Show.
Yeah, show up,
The
show.
Show Up Show.
Because sometimes
I had to
that's all
say
you
it
can
again. I
do
had
is
to
show
break
up.
it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was like, what? Show.
Shoop.
Shoop,
I
yeah,
know,
I was like,
I
shoot.
know. We
Yeah.
yeah.
She's all
Shoop
great.
show, yeah, great. Great, thanks. Darn it. Yeah, just
Is
show
your
up.
podcast on YouTube?
It's right now. It's on YouTube.
On
Yeah,
YouTube,
and
okay.
then I like to share the. I mean, honestly, everybody's watching the clips on the gram. Like, no, the majority of people we don't have the attention span anymore to really sit there and watch full form. Yeah.
And
It's
then I
really
have
fast.
one last question.
Okay.
So, because I'm an observer, so
Okay.
as I watch your some of the stuff on your Instagram, I noticed that your back wall it's pink, that your couch is pink, and then you have candy.
No,
and
we cannot
all this
do
stuff.
that here.
Wait.
Oh my God, it's not gonna happen
So,
here.
is that your studio or is that your actual home?
That actually, I made the decision to build the Show Up Show within my home and also a recording studio that I already had, reviving it, because I want to, it's mama approved. I want, if the community sees, if I bring somebody in to my home, we're going to create some real magical, homely, like, dope
Okay.
stuff. Like I'm opening up my home and my life right now like I never have before, and I'm
That's
trusting
so
the
awesome.
universe. So I decided to do it from home plate. So that's actually
So it's her house. Don't.
My house.
That's your
But
house.
I love it because it's so cute. Everything I'm just
Yeah, it's not gonna
my
happen here.
formal dining room has a cotton candy machine and a ping pong table.
I let you put it purple right behind us, okay? As far as we're going.
Boom, boom. I'm a mess. I'm like if Adam Sandler
Wow,
got a
that's
divorce.
so
my house.
awesome. That's so
That's my
awesome. I
house
got to
right
look for a
now.
gift for your house that
Okay, I'm with it.
identifies you.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
go.
all right.
Wow. It's not going to happen here. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
We can get it. We got a little purple candy. We
That's as far as I let it go. I was like, we'll
What
put
do you
that color.
mean
We
You.
can match the Chicano Hollywood look. With
Yeah.
we could do a Mexican candy bar right there with the
There you
Chicano
go.
Hollywood behind.
Oh, that actually, I would go for that. A
Right?
Mexican candy bar. Oh, yeah.
That would be hard.
That-
Come on.
Get to it, girl.
Let's go. See, I got you, boo.
But thank you so much again for coming
Yes,
on. Really
thank
appreciate
you.
you and your time because I know you've been very busy and stuff. But yeah, make sure you guys that we follow Khoolaid on all her social media platforms. And you know what? We'll see you guys next week.